Start by logging into the data center region that you want. Today we're in Dallas. Under the control panel view, click Add Server under Virtual Machines. We'll name the server VNS3 Demo. From the image drop-down, select either VNS3 Free or Full. We use the Full Edition. Make sure to add 10 gigabytes for disk. While the disk is imaging, we'll add another server for our host. We'll call this the EH host. Pre-installed, and we'll pick Ubuntu 12.04. And finally, we'll add a private VLAN and name it something like Demo. Next, select the gear icon to configure your server. We'll go with standard CPU and memory. Under networks, you can choose to assign at boot to get a dynamic IP address. If you need a static IP address, add it on the main account page and then add it here to your server. Finally, you'll select a card. We'll go with Intel and select the VLAN that we just created. Hit Save. Back to account. And now VNS3 is in the VLAN. Next, we'll add our host to the VLAN with the same parameters. Intel card, and add it to the VLAN. Click Save. Alright, and once your servers have booted, you can go ahead and power on VNS3. Give it a few minutes to boot up, and here's your new dynamic IP address. So we'll copy it, and open a new tab, and enter https:// your IP address. :8000 for port 8000. You'll be prompted to log in. The default username and password is VNS cubed. And because this is your first login, you'll be prompted to change your password. Please make it something more secure than this. And then you'll immediately re-log in. So we didn't change the username, so it will be VNS cubed and our new password. Hit refresh, and that warning will go away. Next, we'll set up VNS3 to act as a private VLAN. So for this example, we'll enter the IP address as 192.168.10.1, and to make it a CIDR of 24, we'll enter the net mask of 255.255.255.0. Click Save and Reboot. You'll give it a minute to reboot. Once VNS3 reboots, you'll probably land at the Getting Started page. You have the option of starting VNS3 either from a snapshot or remote configuration if you have VNS3 running before. If not, you'll upload a license. Click on Upload License, and you should have received an email from Cohesive. If not, email us at support@cohesive.net, and you'll paste the entire encrypted license from begin PGP message all the way through end PGP message. Click Submit. We'll go with pre-configured subnets. And VNS3 will reboot with your new license parameters. With ElasticHosts, you can see what's going on. Alright, so that means we're rebooted. So once your VNS3 server has configured with private VLAN settings, then and only then should we configure our ElasticHosts hosts to act as the internet gateway. Otherwise, we could risk losing connection to VNS3. So following the instructions on ElasticHosts how to set up a VLAN, we've set up our VLAN and added it to the server. Next, we'll configure the server to use VLAN. So back to log in here and enter the password listed right here. And we should see that ETH1 is set up. Next, we'll customize our network settings. And auto ETH1, iFace ETH1, iNet, static, address 192.168.10.2, net mask is our 255.255.255.0, network is 192.168.10.0, broadcast 192.168.10.255, end with EOL. And then we'll restart the network. And then we'll check if config. And our output should show that our new address is set. Here we are. We'll go back to our VNS3 server. Now that our license parameter is set up, we can access firewall settings under connections. And here we'll add firewall rules. So these will allow traffic to and from your VLAN, and it will NAT traffic from the VLAN to your VNS3 controller, and also port forward traffic to 192.168.10.2 host. Once you hit save and activate, you'll see the firewall rules in this gray box. And obviously change any network and VLAN addresses to match your use case. And for the final step, we'll go back to our ElasticHosts host. You can also click on this eyeball button to connect in browser. And finally, we'll enter the route on the host to point to VNS3's private IP as the internet gateway. Type IP route add 0.0.0.0/0 via 192.168.10.1. And to see more documentation and to configure VNS3 for other settings, make sure to check out our documentation page. It's under Support Documentation. Here's the ElasticHost setup, and here's our configuration and administration guide. Make sure to also watch all of our videos on YouTube.